Hey there guys, this is Victor with Victor Vector JKU, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a little grill project I got going on, so stay tuned. Alright everyone, so when I first got my Jeep, I knew that I needed to have something on here to protect the radiator from impacts that would come through the grill slots, because they're pretty large voids and you can have some fairly decent sized rocks or debris come flying through here. So right after I bought the Jeep, immediately I ordered on Amazon a set of these clip-in grill inserts. So these guys worked out pretty solid. I liked them, but the only thing I wasn't really crazy about is that it goes over the outside edge, and it can actually leave score marks on the paint. And I knew that this was most likely just going to be a temporary system. I need something that was going to cover the grill slots and protect my radiator for the short term until I had time to figure out, okay, what do I want to do for inserts on my grill? So these guys are pretty simple. I'll just demonstrate real quick. They just snap in pretty easy here. So it's just going to be 4 tabs, and then that just holds it in place right there like that. So you can see from the back side, I'll flip it over. You have these 4 tabs that come through and they just contact. Like I said, these guys work great as an interim, and I finally got some time, ran to Home Depot and figured out what I was going to do. So on my previous 2 JKUs that I owned, I did the same grill insert DIY project that I'm going to show you how I'm doing here today. Basically what it entails is taking some rain gutter guards for your house and cutting and forming them to fit behind the slots of the grill. Now a lot of people, they might just throw them straight in and have them flat and flush mount behind. But personally myself, I really like when you have the formed grill inserts that sort of come up forward into the grill slot. So I already did one of these. So this is what this guy looks like. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see much from the camera angle, but basically I have put it into the grill slot from the backside, formed it to the slot, and then basically just kind of wrapped it around to get my shape that I wanted. So I go ahead and put this guy into place. So he just goes right in there like that, and I think it gives a really good look, and it sort of bosses forward into the grill slot. So rather than being a flush mount behind, it actually will come forward, up, and then back down. I think it gives it a really clean, sweet look. And the other thing that's nice is you're not contacting this front painted surface of your grill, which is going to cause damage to it. Now, to start off with, I'm going to go ahead and put in the video description below the description and links, along with the prices of all the different supplies that I have picked up here for this project. That way you guys can see how much it costs, and also if you want to recreate it yourself exactly as I did, then you have that information to pull from this. So I'm going to go and walk through you how we're going to start off with making this guy and getting him prepped up. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start off with taking our gutter guard. So I know that I need to be 4 inches wide, and I'm going to go 12¼ inches in length. So first I'm going to start off with cutting a 12¼ inch. So I'm going to measure out, figure out where approximately 12¼ is. So I got my 12¼ inch. Now I just need to go through and figure out my 4. So that's going to be your piece for your grill guard. I'm going to go ahead and keep going. I'm going to cut the rest of these out real quick and get them prepped up, and then we'll move on to the next step after that. Alright guys, so we got our 6 other mesh insert pieces cut out, so we're all done there. Next up, we're going to go ahead and bring the grill back over, and we're going to start forming these guys into place. Alright, so again, I have my towel down already. I've already gotten this slot done. Now they should all be about the same. It won't matter if I formed it on whichever slot that I chose. What we're going to go ahead and do, set him into place. I have my screwdriver to use its back end once I get there. And what I'm going to go ahead and do to start off with here is I'm going to sort of judge, kind of even it out, up, down, left, right. And once I get my where I like it, I'm going to apply some pressure in the center, and then I'm going to start bending up the edge, so that allows the mesh to protrude through the grill slot. And I'm going to work the sides first because they're going to be a little bit easier to get formed into place, and then I'm going to do some relief cuts around the top and bottom corners to help get that in there. But what I'm doing to start off with here, this just gets me going and locking the side-to-side motion in first. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to put a V in the top and the bottom in the center, and I'm going to cut off the corners, and then I'm going to put a slit into each of those ends too. We'll start forming in the bottom and the top edges. What we'll go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and roll the top edges over the grill opening, and that will kind of lock it into place then, and then we'll go ahead and work our sides back down as well. Alright, then once you get to there, this is when I like to bring out this guy, and this is when I'm going to work and really form him in a little bit more. And now I'm just working around the perimeter. I'm not working the center because I kind of want the front to be flat, but I want the ends to be protruding out into the grill slot. There you go. There is your next grill insert. Just like that. And it just bosses out a little bit into the grill. Gives it a little bit more body and texture to it, rather than just being a flat piece behind there. So when you look from a downward position, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. We'll try it downward. I'll also look at it this way here. So hopefully you can get a decent view of that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to keep repeating this. I'm going to do the other 5 remaining grill slots, and then I'll come back to you and we'll show you how we attach the bases, the zip tie bases, to the grill, and then we'll start putting it all together. Alright guys, so I got all of my grill inserts cut and formed, so I'm all good to go there. I'm going to set these guys off to the sides. You do also want to get some isopropyl alcohol. I had already washed the back, but I also want to then make sure it's good and clean, get any oils, contaminants, things like that off. So I'm going to use a little bit of this isopropyl alcohol and a rag. I'm going to go through and wipe around the grill slats, and then from there, the next thing after that is going to be installing the zip tie bases. So what I'm going to go ahead and do to start off with is I'm going to spray this down, get it clean. Alright, so that gets all of my gluing surfaces good and clean, so we're good there. Alright guys, so in the process, it was really a pain in the butt to get the adhesive off the back. So what I ended up doing is I pulled out my heat gun, turned this thing on, and I'll show you what I'm doing to get these guys to pull off easier. So what I start off with is I'm going to go ahead and remove the protective backing off the adhesive, throw that away. Then basically I'm just putting my scissor, or the 1/2, my scissors can separate. Putting my scissor through one of the zip tie holes, and then I'm just holding it over the heat gun tip. And then I just sort of sit and wait, and I'm watching to see when the adhesive starts to roll away or shrink away from the base. And then at that point, I remove it from the heat, and the adhesive comes right off real easy. They don't want to leave it on here too long because it does kind of start to burn a little bit. So you can see it comes off, it starts shrinking, and then it just really rolls off pretty easy. You gotta be careful, it is a little bit hot though, but it is significantly easier to do it that way. now with that done, next step is I gotta cut a couple of these guys down, so I'm gonna go and get my scissors prepared for that. What I'm just gonna do is there are these nubs that come down on the four corners. I'm just gonna cut to those edges, and that should be sufficient to get me the clearance I need to get this to fit in between the center of those slats, the grill openings. The next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and start getting the epoxy put down on the grill now. So basically what I just got to do is I got to cut the two tips off. I'm going to pour it onto here. I'm going to mix it up using some of these wooden spoons, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply that in the locations that I want to stick these bases down to, and then I'll go ahead and place them, let them sit, give them some time to cure up, which here it says about 150 minutes for cure, or for setup. So 150 minutes, so that's 2.5 hours. So basically what I'll do is I'll just let this sit overnight, and then I'll finish this up in the morning by zip tying everything up. So I'll get it all set, prepped, ready to go, and then we'll zip tie in the morning. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take my little spatula. I'm going to mix this guy on together. There we go. That should be better. Yeah, so just don't go too heavy. I went a little too heavy on that first pass, so we'll lighten it up after this, or for the next ones. Alrighty guys, there we go. So I have 3 rows, the bottom, middle, and top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let these guys cure up overnight, and then we'll go ahead and zip tie in all these little grill sheets afterwards tomorrow morning. So all those guys will be going in, and it'll look sweet. I am excited. So just patience now. So we will catch you guys in the morning when we get to wrap this up. Morning everyone. So let this guy set up overnight. The epoxy's nice and set up. The bases are well set into the epoxy. I went through and I checked everything. Everything's nice and firm, so we're good to go. So the next step is going to be throwing in our grill inserts. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and set up the zip ties through all the bases first, and that'll make it easier because when you put in multiple of these guards back to back, there's not really a lot of space to be able to get in to install the next zip tie if you're doing one at a time. So it's going to be better if I put all the zip ties in first, and then I can loop them through and tighten them up once I have the guards in place. So I'm going to go ahead and try to use these 8-inch zip ties. I think it's going to be better than the 4-inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically feed from the center of the base, and I'm going to feed it through one side, and then that's what I'm just going to do right there. Just going to feed it through like so, have these guys set up, and then when I drop in each of them, then they'll be ready to go. This way also makes it a little bit easier rather than trying to feed it through the grill insert first. I had started doing that, and it actually is a little bit more difficult to try to get these guys to feed through. They get caught in the base and they try to slip through both sides, and so it's kind of a hassle. So this way I found to be a little bit easier. And plus now it's easy. All I have to do is just take this guy, figure out which holes it's going to go through, and slide it right into place. Now you just want to make sure you put these in the correct orientation. So it's right side up, not upside down, because the way that they're formed is a little bit different, being that this is a sharp edge versus or there's more of an angle here versus this one's a little less. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is determine where these guys need to be passing through and slide them into place. So got it into place. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you have any of the tails for the next slot out of the way, so it's not getting pinched between the grill insert and the grill. So do that, And you can go ahead and kind of slide them down, pull the ties tight through. And go ahead and start zip tying them. And there you go. So that guy is in there nice and tight. That is how it looks from the back side, or from the front side. I think it gives just a really nice clean look. So I'm going to go ahead and keep slamming through the rest of these guys so you can get a finished look at how it all turns out. And then I guess before I move on to the next one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip all the tails of the zip ties, get those out of the way here real quick. Alright, so I have 5 of the 7 grill slot inserts in. I'm going to leave these 2 out because I have another little project I'm going to work on. I don't want to have these guys in there at this point in time, so this is how it wrapped up. It turns out pretty clean. You can obviously tell there's a lot of ties that have to be clipped up over here once I'm done with that. But this is how it turned out. So hopefully the image is alright. You can kind of see how that how it bosses through a little, but yeah, so you can see, I think it gives it a really nice look. It's clean, it's behind the grill versus being in front of the grill. I think just a really good look. And then in comparison, I wanted to bring out what one of the old grill inserts look like, so you can see that's kind of how that guy looked in comparison. So I just think it's just a nicer look having the inset from behind. And these guys are also very rigid too. I mean, these guys are not going to be going anywhere. Having those 6 zip ties on each one is very, very firm. But yeah, so I think it turned out pretty good. What do you guys think? I hope that you guys enjoyed the video today, and if you did, please give this video a like. Also, if you feel like it, subscribe to the channel. Sign up for notifications. That way you know the next time that I release another video. Leave me any questions, comments, feedback for the video, and let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I'll put in the comments down below about the total cost of this kit to fabricate and install. We are Victor Vector JKU, and we are taking on this build and the trails with both direction and magnitude. Hope you guys have a great day. Catch you next time.